Um, Great Biafrans and lovers of freedom, wherever you are, today being the second day of December 2023, I'm here live on the studio, on BTV studio. Here is with me, Mazi, fearless evangelist, the homeland broadcaster in Biafra land. He is on ground. He has so many experience of what is going on in Biafra land. So that is why I invited him here to join this particular broadcast today, being the 2nd of December 2023. Depending your time zone, from here, it is good morning. Mazi, fearless evangelist, you are welcome to this very program on BTV live.
Thank you, Mazi.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Good evening from here.
Okay. Mazi, we are here today to treat some issues that are matters, and these are the issues that we need to clear and continue to educate our people how everything is being handled, especially in Biafra land, because we are here in abroad, and those of you that are on ground, there's something they call a classified reporter from ground, or a classified information. So that's why I decided to bring you on this particular studio today. And firstly, let me thank you for your effort so far. I do see your effort on ground, your outdoor evangelism in Biafra land, educating our mothers, educating our fathers, educating our youth concerning this Biafra agitation and the purpose why we must continue what we are doing in order way to bring a lasting solution to everybody that are being trapped down in that Nigeria. Because Nigeria seems to be a project or a projected place against African development. So, Mazi Maduabuchi, I want you that is on ground, that are interviewing our people, because I can see your videos. You are going outdoor evangelism in Biafra land. I want to ask you, what is the experience that you have gathered so far in this particular effort of yours?
Okay. Thank you, Mazi. Thank you very, very much. You know, before I go to the experience, I will just touch for why I started it, then I will get to the experience. Because this very evangelism, the one I am going recently, or I have been going recently, is among IPOB family members. That is why we go among our people to explain to them. There are the ones I started earlier, the one I go to the market, junctions, roundabouts, burial ceremony, or playing ground where they are playing football. I preach it to everybody to enlighten them. After listening to Radio Biafra, I will come and tell them in the streets what our leader, Mazi Nnamdi means. Now, as I've been going it, I've been experiencing that our people need Biafra. I witnessed that the kind of Biafra our people needs. Through this evangelism, that is why if I am telling, if you see the direction Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB is going, it is positively reflecting to the mindset of our people concerning this struggle. Firstly, our people told us that they don't need war. And that is what IPOB is. That is the way we are fighting. The experience I got there is that our people are hungry of freedom. They want to get Biafra that Nnamdi Kanu explained to them, that the IPOB told them they don't want anyhow Biafra. Through this evangelism, I witnessed that our people need information, and our people want to hear about Biafra, and our people love the message of Biafra. There was a place I went to preach this very gospel. I keep my megaphone here. If I immediately keep it to preach, they will say, no, 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 this is money. Carry your mic, your speaker, take your speaker away. I will take it away. I will go to another side. They say, no, 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 no. They thought I came to preach gospel, all those other or religious something. No. Until I immediately I keep it one side. Immediately I keep it, I shouted, immediately I mentioned that name. They now knew that what I came to tell them is different from what they were expecting. Because they were telling me they have prayed this morning, they have started business. So they thought I came to preach another message to them. But immediately they had Chukwu Abiyama. They knew that I came with another message. Everybody now focused. Everybody now put interest. Now, I now discover that our people want the message for Biafra, and they want Biafra to come. So I have experienced that in this journey, people must be guided, people must be informed, people must be led and directed before you get it right. And that is why Biafra Land National Coordinator backs me up fully. He makes sure that he monitors my movement. He makes sure that if I go to interstate, he's the one that will make a clear road for me before I go to interstate, to any other state. And in this state, I witnessed that our people need, after hearing on message, on radio, or hearing on any other platform, that our people need you to meet them. They want to hear from you directly. And that is why I continue. I never shift. And it has been yielding fruits that our people can confront you and argue you. After listening to our brokers on Radio Biafra, listening to every other information, then they will now use the one they had from the horse's mouth and challenge you. That is why, and that is part of the experiences I have gotten in this very evangelism. Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you very much, Mazi, fearless evangelist. Thank you for your experience that you have shared with us here today, because there is a reason I asked this particular question, because the Biafra that we are agitating for will be a Biafra of total freedom, not a Biafra of half freedom, because half freedom is more dangerous. It's as if as dangerous as half education, because that is what is ruling the system of Nigeria government, because most of them there are there, both the senators, both House of Rep members, they are there with forgery certificate, which is half education. And that is why if you watch their attitude sometime, you find out that their attitude is nowhere to be, to be compared as the politicians in the Western world. They do what they want openly, and sometimes they see the people as people who are supposed to be serving them, rather for them to be serving. Why, like what you said now, I asked you this question as one of the IPOB members on ground, and you explain why you embark on this outdoor evangelism, because you want to gather the experience from our people. Like what you said now, you said, our people want a Biafra that will come without war. Is that what he said? Am I right?
That's it.
Okay. And whenever, as IPOB stand, we are out to serve the people, because what the people want is the direction we will go. We will not go any other direction contrary to people's desire. And that is what the leadership, I strongly believe that is what the leadership have been doing, because the leadership, we know that we don't have the capacity to go into war, but it's not necessary. To me, it's not necessary. It doesn't matter how long it will take. With time, most of them who find Nigeria as a safe haven because of their corrupt practices are those who are benefiting from this shambles system. Time will come, even them will begin to find it difficult to even live with that particular system of corruption. So, Mazi, let me go to the other question quickly. The injustice against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the IPOB by the Nigerian government. And they will continue to say they want peace. Government should be a pioneer of peace, not a pioneer of violence. Because what I see in Nigeria government have appeared to be a threat to the indigenous, or let me say to her own citizens. Because in developed world where we live here, governments are the advocate of peace, where we have some gangsters who want to violate the peaceful approach of government. But in Nigeria, it's contrary. Government are being the one engaged in violence. Why the people? Where their people are the ones engaged in peace. So how do you see this? Because injustice always provoke the minds of thousands, those who cannot bear it. Like courts, appeal court, discharged and acquitted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Onyendu, the leader of indigenous people of Biafra. And the continuous illegal detention of this man, some criminal elements being sponsored by the same politicians are utilizing the continuous detention, illegal detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to display their wickedness in our land. So what do you see in this direction? Thank you.
All right, Mazi, thank you. Thank you for this very second question. You know, wickedness or injustice against people from the East, though Nigeria as a country, they only project the name Igbo. They only project the name Igbo to prove to a man or a young man that he or she is not included, that is only Igbo. But that is a language to punish everybody from here, because it is justified to punish anybody from the East. As far as Nigeria is concerned, it is righteousness in Nigeria to suffer anybody from the East. It is righteousness in Nigeria to destroy properties of anybody in the East. So it is also righteousness in Nigeria to disobey court order that favors anybody from the East. Now, let me go to the issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which you cannot talk about Nnamdi Kanu without fixing IPOB. Then I will talk about the injustices from Nigerian government against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB, the ones I can remember, because you cannot remember all. Now, though their earlier plan when they kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu 2015, October 14th, was that when they kidnap him, we will now come out with the guns or bullets as if we have them. But when they kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB came up with peaceful protest. And Nigeria, through the British that directs them, told them to kill us, peaceful protesters. So Nigeria carried on extrajudicial killings on peaceful protesters using army, not even civil defense, on IPOB peaceful protesters in Biafra land that protest in the streets in Biafra land. The idea was we will retaliate with the gun. Then they will now blackmail IPOB as they blackmailed our fathers. They labeled them rebels. And when they tried this, they first of all attacked us in Bayelsa, October 2015. 2015, we scattered. Some jumped into the swamp. We returned to state. They started attacking us from state by state, state by state. Now we continued. We never presented gun. And they were doing to make sure we come up with a gun so that they can tell the world that these people are terrorists while our leader was in their detention. So that we will be on defense. Our face will be black, will be painted black as they paint the faces of our fathers. But do you know that during this very protest of IPOB and through the extrajudicial killings of IPOB family members on our protest for freedom, that the faces of our fathers that the British rubbed black with the blackmail was cleaned. And on the same time, IPOB was able to clear the roads for Biafra agitation internationally, that we can be presented to any government in the world without any black painted on our face. How did we do it? How did we achieve it? We refused to retaliate. And the British came up telling Nigeria to go and kill Mazi so that they would tag us terrorists. Because when they tried to kill him, they succeeded in killing him in 2017, then they will now tag us terrorists. Then we will be on defense, and the army will start killing everybody they see here. But we refuse to retaliate, even as Nnamdi Kanu escaped military assassination attempts. Now let me go to court proceedings on this very first arrest. First day, the first court was the Court of Justice Ademola of the Federal High Court, Abuja. Sitting in Abuja, not sitting in Abakaliki or sitting in Owerri, sitting in Abuja, Federal High Court sitting in Abuja, presided by Justice Ademola of the Federal High Court. On the 17th of December 2015, he discharged Mazi Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally, and the DSS, Nigeria, refused to obey court order. Then they withheld our leader, they arrested him. And the worst part of it is that there was no fresh arrest warrant given to DSS to hold Nnamdi Kanu, because immediately you are discharged, the very detention warrant, as it had been signed, that detention warrant becomes invalid to keep you in detention. That is why in prison yard, immediately you are being discharged, you cannot sleep there. Because the very detention warrant had been signed and they stamped, it becomes illegal detention. Now, do you know, that's why I start asking Justice Ademola, which particular warrant, because they moved this case to the Court of Justice Ademola again. Now, I asked Justice Ademola, which particular warrant were you presiding over? Was there any fresh detention warrant? No. DSS disobeyed court order, and they held our leader. Which detention warrant did they present to the Court of Justice John Sogo? Then, no answer for that. From there, then let us continue. Justice John Sogo discharged Nnamdi Kanu again, unconditionally, sitting in Abuja, Federal High Court to John Sogo, 2016, while the one on 17 December 2015 have not been obeyed. Now we continued. And before this very discharge by Justice Ademola, IPOB family members was praying for the release of Nnamdi Kanu upon the that is illegal detention, because it happened on the February 9, 2016. While Nnamdi Kanu was discharged December 17, 2015. That is to say, we gathered in National High School about to pray. They came there and massacred us. Extrajudicial killings. Who were we praying for? Praying for Nnamdi Kanu, they illegally detained. Do you see the injustice? You illegally detain him. We didn't go to police station. We didn't go to barrack. We didn't confront you in checking point. We went to a school, a field, to pray. You came there to kill us. You massacred us. What kind of injustice is that? Instead of us to confront you in your police station or your barrack, we went to pray. You still held our leader illegally detained, and you came there to kill us. These are injustice. Now, do you know that from the Court of John Sogo again, they did not obey. They moved this very case again to the Court of Justice Ahmed Mohammed, sitting in the Federal High Court, Abuja again. 3 Federal High Court. Ahmed Mohammed, they won DSS and told them he have warned them from bringing this case, this kind of case, to this honorable court. Now, the same Justice Ahmed Mohammed, a Fulani man, told the DSS to go and obey the previous court rulings of this matter. Which rulings? He's talking about rulings S. The ruling of Justice Ademola and Justice John Sogu. He asked them to go and obey. Now, Nigerian government moved this case again to the court of Honorable Justice Fatima Binta Mortala-Nyako. Do you know that after all that Binta tried to go on secret trial, as John Sogu tried also, Nnamdi Kanu said no to secret trial. And he also neutralized the plan of, what is it called? Binta Nyako on the secret trial. At the end, federal government wrote a bill and gave it to Justice Binta Mortala-Nyako. Binta Nyako, the bail was a high conditional bail. And upon that, Nnamdi Kanu met up with the bail conditions. This very high conditional bail, why did Binta Nyako granted Nnamdi Kanu bail? We are talking about injustice. When let me just say, 2 federal high courts sitting in Abuja, like Binta Nyako's court sits in Abuja also, have discharged Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally. Was the court of Binta Nyako sitting in Cotonou? It was sitting in Abuja, and it's still sitting in Abuja today. But 3 courts have asked them to leave Nnamdi Kanu. In the same Abuja, Binta Nyako granted bail. And upon bail, it was high conditional bail. That is to say, convicted Nnamdi Kanu in the name of bail. You will not sit in the midst of more than 10 people. You will not address the press. What kind of bail? Upon 3 men shorties, senator, Jewish rabbi, and also an Igbo business billionaire, living in Abuja. We met up with these things. They truncated, sending army to come and kill him. Now we move. Let us go to this current one, because injustices, I cannot remember all of them. Now, in this current one, when they tried to kill Nnamdi Kanu, our God helped him, he escaped military assassination attempt. Now we come to this place. When they kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya, coming to Abuja, they were shouting, he jumped back, he jumped back, he jumped back. Then, when Nnamdi Kanu was brought back from Kenya, extraordinarily rendition to Kenya, to Nigeria. Do you know what we saw in court? Amended camp charges. Amended camp charges. And if you go to these amended camp charges, the only charge that they wrote about 2015 was the only charge of transmitter. It is like 15 of, it is count 15 of, okay, count 15 of the 15 amended camp charges. That is number 15. It is talking about transmitter, right? Now, do you know that all other charges started from 2018? While the Nnamdi Kanu SARS was attacked 2017. Now, understand the game, because we followed them. Our God bless us. We are IPOB. Do you know that this current one, we did not see that very warrant that Nnamdi Kanu was granted bail on? Because that warrant is the warrant that we are supposed to see in the court of Binta Nyako. Not amended camp charges that started from 2018. Let me give example of the count 3 of the 15 amended camp charges, which said that you, Mr. Nnamdi Kanu, from Umuahia North, Abia State, from 2015 to 2021, professed to be a member, stroke leader of a proscribed indigenous people of Biafra. Professed, in other words, means claimed. Now, you see the charges from 2018 to 2021 that Nnamdi Kanu claimed to be a member of IPOB. The same man they called IPOB leader 2015, 2016, 2017. Right? You now know the charge from 2018. Now, what I'm asking Binta Nyako, what about the charges that are in that warrant that he was granted bail on? Why did Binta Nyako started welcoming new amended camp charges? Is that the complaint you laid to the world? You said he refused to come and stand in his trial. Which trial? The charges that are already in the warrant. So why did the big Tanyago abandon the warrant and started welcoming amended can charges? 5 amended can charges, 7 amended can charges, 15 amended can charges. These are injustices because the big Tanyago is supposed to go through the charges already he was granted bail on, not new amended can charges, because they did not attack his house because of new amended can charges. They attacked his house because he was granted bail, and they lied to the world that he refused to come and stand his trial. Which trial? The charges that are in that very warrant. So why did they abandon it and come with amended can charges? Then upon that, we destroyed them. We destroyed them on the January 19, 2022. A state high court that had the jurisdiction to look into the case of the attack in the Nnamdi Kanu house. A state high court sitting in Omahi ruled on it, gave a verdict, and said that Nnamdi Kanu did not jump bail. He escaped military assassination attempt, and that he should be paid compensation. And Nigeria should apologize to him. And Nigeria should also meet him.
Now, hold on, fearless evangelist. Now, that's something you say now that that wake up my mind towards something issues that surround the invasion of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu home that lead to hundreds of loss of souls of Biafran youths in that compound and outside the compound. Because after that particular illegal invasion of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu home, the bushes surrounding the compound of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, many dead bodies were recovered. Even far away bushes from that home, so many dead bodies were recovered. Dead bodies wait, I'm coming. Dead bodies of Biafran youths. Now, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped in Kenya and extraordinary reduction to Nigeria, is there any way, because I haven't seen such thing on their charges, the one that I have with me, did the Nigerian courts seek for those involved in kidnapping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya, or in the charges which they amended, which yield no fruit, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu later defeated all? The people who invaded, the army who invaded the compound of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which the army spokesperson agreed, they did not deny it, because one army spokesperson agreed, then the other one came on contrary, deny it. Another one came again, claim it. I mean, in the army institution of Nigeria during the so all these charges, because when you try to skip one particular fact and figure, because let me tell you something about justice. Justice is all about truth and being fearless in all you do. In other words, to establish a very strong judiciary system in any country, which is what everybody should be afraid of. Before you build a solid nation, there must be a constitution that will compile everybody into obedience. But did Nigeria courts requested for the people, the soldiers that went to that mission, or who commanded the soldiers into that compound, or even the one that happened in Kenya, you that is on ground, is there any way, or you had, or anything that appear in court, that who are those that brought him to Nigeria? Because they used private jet to send him back to Nigeria. Where are those people? Because if you are talking about justice, you need to bring all these people pictures into one place. So I want you to educate Biafrans on that.
Thank you. Thank you, Mazi. When they invaded our leader's house, instantly we got 28 men they killed with the cousin to our leader, Adak, cousin sister, and dog. Now, on the road, express road, they blocked youths, they massacred them, they killed them. Now, after this thing, we discovered 7 graveyards in Biafra land, both in Asa. We got in Asa, we got in Umuahia, we got another one, is it our Kibe site? So we discovered 7 graveyards. But there is something I want to bring in here. This very crime Nigerian government committed against Nnamdi Kanu was the reason why Bin Tanyako told them that the very detention warrant Nnamdi Kanu was granted bail on should not come to court, that they should come up with amended can charges. Because if that warrant reflects in court, the argument of the invasion officers will come in because it is a warrant he was granted bail. So they did this thing to keep it aside and come up with new things, because as they come up with that warrant, that's why Bin Tanyoko threw away our suit we filed in that court in 2019, complaining to the court about the invasion of our leader's house and the killings of people. Bin Tanyoko threw it out. Do you know that Bin Tanyoko was there demanding for the witnesses to come to court? When the lawyer of Nnamdi Kanu was telling her that this man's house was attacked, there's nothing concerning the shorty on this matter, that the army should be held. Bin Tanyoko was running away. That's why this time around, they are supposed to come with that detention warrant. That one, they granted him bail. It will reverse, it will bring up everything. Damn, they dodge it. They came up with amended can charges, with the MSAS, with unknown gunmen, with all these attacks on government facilities. There is nothing reasonable there. What we expected in the charges as new one is that Buhari died. That Nnamdi Kanu gave allegation. That Nnamdi Kanu said Buhari molested Aisha at the age of 9 years and raped him at the age of 13 years. That Nnamdi Kanu said that wherever Muslims gather in Nigeria, that if a 10 years Fulani, even 5 years old boy Fulani is there, he will lead in prayer. These are what we expected in the charges. But we didn't see it. What we are seeing is NSAS that started in Uganda and ended up in Lagos. These are the injustices. That's why you cannot hear these people killed. You cannot hear it in court because it is somewhere. It is in a warrant. A warrant to reflect it. That warrant they charge him for treasonable felony, charge him for everything, charge him for terrorism. That very warrant that is with Bin Tanyako. That is where, had they brought it to the court, it will reflect and bring out, vomit everything. But this is a case that we will settle with Nigerian government when time comes, because immediately they must answer the bail they granted our leader. They must pay for violating that very court order. So these are things we have been following up, telling people that Nigerian youth, Nigerian citizens are the sponsor of injustice in Nigeria. They sponsor their government. I have monitored, I have studied it, discovered that the successfulness of this government of Nigeria in punishing people are being, they get their success through the support of their citizens. When Nnamdi Kanu revealed the secret about the death of Buhari, Nigerians youth here, citizens, they said he's in abroad. Hey, he cannot say it here. If they catch him, they do this. Do you know that when Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped from Kenya and brought back here, the charges was read out? We did not hear Nigerian youth, Nigerian citizens, confronting Attorney General, asking him, why did you not add that Buhari died in the charges? This is how they promote it.
Mazi, fearless evangelist. Yes, I remember vividly, even one of the lawyer, I remember that even I myself requested for that. I asked, why shouldn't them add, since they want to add every utterance made by our leader? I said, why shouldn't them add that particular revelation by our leader about the dates of Muhammad Buhari. But I remember somebody that I called that I will not like to mention his name back there, a politician. He said that place is no-go area. Then I asked him, why is that place no-go area? He said, even a baby. The man told me even a baby, a suckling baby, knew that Buhari died. I said, you are a House of Rep member and you know that Buhari died. Why can't you raise the alarm in the House of Rep? He said, what? He shouted on me. He said, what? He said, do I want to kill him when his time is not yet? I said, so revealing what happened in the state where you are a lawmaker, how does that endanger your life? So this is what I keep on saying, that Nigeria is kind of a place. You can't call it a country. Nigeria is a mafian, a very dangerous, a very destructive mafian, let's say, network against Africa generally. I keep on saying, I know why I am using this word that I'm using, because I have been, I got opportunity to enter some offices, and I saw some certain things that shocked me about Nigeria. You see that Nigeria, you see, there are people control, there are dangerous mafias controlling it outside Nigeria. They are just being, Nigeria has been programmed until people begin to understand that they need to find themselves a country. Because it can only have sense of citizenship when you belong to a country. Everybody in Nigeria today, both the Oduduwas, both the Arewas, both the Middle Belters and both the Biafrans, we are sitting on a time bomb, because Nigeria is not a country yet. It's a company being managed by dangerous mafias. So how do you think that we can go about this? Because this thing, everything must not be involved. Like what I do say always, IPOB, we never involve in any act of violence. I am against it. Right from the beginning, I joined this struggle. I keep on advocating for pure, peaceful movement, in which that by the time that everybody begin to understand, it doesn't, one thing I discover about our people is that we are always in a hurry. And sometimes in our hurriness, I begin to ask questions. As a man, I asked one that said, you and I have been in a, let's say, we are in a Christianity umbrella, where we have been waiting for the coming of Christ for centuries, and we are still hoping. Most of people who are hoping have even died. They have grown old and died, and their bones have rotted. But why is it now that you have to exercise patience to gain a country that you can proudly call your own? Why our people? Why are they so in a haste, and they are so in a hurry to get it? And when you are in a hurry to get something, you will be able, you may end up engaging in a mistake that you may not even recover on time. So, fearless evangelist, there is something I want you to explain for Biafrans, or for Biafrans worldwide. Like, how do you see it when we say that IPOB, no matter the circumstances, will not engage in any act of violence, but we will defend ourselves, because defending yourself is an international fundamental right of every human being. Thank you. So I want you to treat treat this particular area.
Okay. Thank you, Mazi. Our people and the world must understand that we choose an option in our agitation, and the option is self-determination in a peaceful manner. We have a reason. One, I would is that our fathers have given us a map. They prepare flag for us. That is to say, we inherited a completed building, but the foundation had been laid. And we saw it as we were growing. And we were asking questions. What actually led to our father not to finish this building? We were asking questions. Nnamdi Kanu also took it as a work to go and investigate, to go and ask questions. How did they not finish this building? He got the information of what our father did, our sabotage from our land did. He got the information of what Nigeria did to us. He got the information of what British did to us. He got everything. He now know the mindset of what now study the rules guiding the option he choose or we choose, self-determination. Self-determination means perseverance. And why we are in this very we choose this option is to vindicate our fathers. Because after the British blackmailed our fathers, their children inherited it. As they painted our fathers black, the same thing, the children they gave birth to have also, their face have been painted with black. That's why they suffer us in different parts of the world. That's why even the politicians from our side, there are things they will demand for. They will remind them that they were defeated in war. They will remind them that they are rebels. Are they aware they are rebels? And they will now go back. Now, what IPOB did was to clear the faces of our fathers. Now, we now clear our own face. It took us years to endure. When we clear our face, we can now go to UN. We can now go to EU. We can now go to American government. We can meet any government in the world because we are no longer terrorists. The British, their plan to tackle terrorists and our method of not retaliating was what actually cleaned the faces of our fathers, because what they wanted to do is immediately we come up with violence, they will tell the world that that's how their father did. That's how their father did. They like the violence. They're after oil. That's why we follow them up. And you know that violence or war will be in the favor of Nigeria and in the favor of the British. But this very self-determination is on our favor because we use it to drag Nigeria in the open field. The very armed struggle they want us to go into is a secret war, a war that they will deal with us without letting the world know. But this one we choose, we drag them in the open. If they want to kill us, they kill us in the open. If they disobey God, they disobey it in the open. Whatever they do, it is in the face of the world. They disobey Abikotoda in the presence of the world. They killed IPOB family members in the presence of the world. But if you are in armed struggle, they can throw chemical weapon in Enugu, throw it in Abia, and tell you that IPOB was manufacturing chemical weapon, and it exploded. So these are strategies that we knew that they believed in lies. Nigeria is a foundation of lies. It has lasted 109 years now, or 10. Lies. And you cannot destroy it with your emotion. You will destroy it with a very strong information, and you will now have information you got. When you are speaking out, you'll be speaking truth to the world. That's why God gave Nnamdi Kanu Radio Biafra. That's why when they were asking Nnamdi Kanu, if referendum fails, what next? He said it must be referendum. There was another place he was replying to Tony Nnadi. When Tony Nnadi told him if referendum fails, he said, we keep agitating. He knows the reason. Now, self-defense is our right. It's a natural law. If you are walking on the road and the vehicle wants to jam you, or you see an accident coming, You will not call somebody on phone. You will not call your lawyer on phone and ask your lawyer, I need your advice. What do I do? It is self-defense. You try to dodge. You try to dodge the accident. The same thing with us. We report to the world that Nigerian government is killing us, or Nigerian army are killing us, because we don't have army. If we have army, we cannot complain to the world. Now, in that very situation, civilians have the right to defend themselves. But if we have army, our armies cannot be on defense. They will be at war with the Nigerian government. That is to say, presently in our land, Nigerian government is killing us. They are killing civilians because there is no provocation. That's why, if you see IPOB telling you there is no provocation, no single provocation, what will actually provoke the government is when we have army. There is no provocation from the civilian that will warrant army to come and massacre them, when they know they can arrest them. Now, that is why IPOB said, we know the plan of Nigeria, we know the plan of the British. In freedom fighting, we don't remove war. But we are in the game. The option we choose, we are winning. Had we not been winning, Nigeria would have jailed Nnamdi Kanu, or jailed a single IPOB family members, or make IPOB terrorists in the world. We have been winning. Had we not been winning in the method we choose, we will not have a means of communication, and we will not have a registered voice in the world media, IPOB press release. This is a very good achievement that we have. IPOB press release. Why is it that we are not going to free Nnamdi Kanu? Because we are succeeding. We are winning Nigeria. Had we not been winning, Nnamdi Kanu would have been convicted and would be begging for pardon, would be begging for amnesty, and Nigeria will now be giving us condition. So what we are telling our people is that if we finish what we are doing in self-determination, and Nigeria said that it must be war, we civilians have no other option than to defend ourselves and defend our land. But for now, we are winning the match. Somebody that is winning a match don't supposed to start war, fighting in the field. If the match is cancelled, your goals are cancelled, and you know that your opponent will be happy. Nigeria will be happy if the match is cancelled. So that is the reason why we choose this. And had we choose it and we are not achieving it, that is when you will say, let us go into war. But we are achieving it. We are presentable. We can protect any part of the world. We can submit our exhibition to any table in the world. We can lay our complaint to any government in the world, which the British blocked our fathers since 10 to 70. Through our self-determination approach, we break these yokes that the British lied to the world against us, that we are not even presentable, that nobody have the right to come and mention Biafra because you are painted black. But now we can present it because our faces are clean because of our peaceful conduct. Had we have army, we cannot be calling UN for free Nnamdi Kanu. If we are in armed struggle, Nigeria will not tell the world that Nnamdi Kanu defend himself in court. They will not tell us where they kept him because he's in armed struggle. And your duty will be to investigate and know where they are keeping him. Now you plan and invade that place and free him. But now he's in self-determination. Nigeria cannot run away from it. They told the world he defended himself in court. If they arrest Ojukwu during the war, they will not take him to court. So these are things our people must know, that Nigeria is angry that we achieved something out of 20 pounds and they want to destroy our land. That's why small thing happened in Okigwe. They burned down the houses in Ube because that's their target. That's why somebody told me that they are killing people in Biafra land to free Nnamdi Kanu, and I asked them, what is the duty of the army and police in our land? Their duty is to kill us, set our land ablaze. Now, if IPOB have exposed the army and police in their duties in our work in our land, and you now choose to use the name of Biafra agitation and free Nnamdi Kanu and start doing the work of the army, now I ask you, do you think that if free Nnamdi Kanu will bring peace in our land, that Nigeria will do it? Because what they need is violence in our land. They need trouble. So If you are using the channel to free Nnamdi Kanu and bring violence, automatically you are telling them not to free him, because Nigeria do not support anything that will bring peace in our land. So that is one thing our people must know. If you are peaceful as Nnamdi Kanu commanded you, Nigeria has no weapon. But the only weapon is when you engage in violence or you support violence. Then they will say that they are succeeding, because they caught Nnamdi Kanu to destroy our land. They caught Nnamdi Kanu, they kidnapped him, thinking that if we revolt, that's why they took him to Abuja and started sending army to our land. Because they tried to say, they planned that if they drape us in the court proceedings, now we will retaliate, then they kill us in the absence of Nnamdi Kanu. But all these things, we neutralize them. So those that kill people or setting our land ablaze, telling you to free Nnamdi Kanu, automatically you are helping Nigeria, because their target is to destroy our land. So if you are doing it for them, no problem. They will hold our leader. Thank you, Mazi.
Okay, Mazi Evangelist, let me quickly go to, there is a word here. Let me just say a statement here, presented by somebody that's before me here. He said the Nigeria government is against peace in Southeast. Now, let me just elaborate a little bit, elaborate on this particular area. Like what I do said, government of the world, everywhere in Europe, in America, in Asia, in Oceania, governments are the people who always seek for peace for the benefit of their own citizens. But I remember vividly when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was discharged and acquitted. I remember the kind of celebration that circulated all over the eastern region in Biafra land, both from the riverine area of Biafra land, both from the hinterland of Biafra land. There was this massive celebration, joy before the people. Market women were dancing inside the market. People who went to church came out from the church program. In the hearing of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, everybody was dancing. In the street of Aba, on the street of Enugu, on the street of Anambra, on the street of Ebonyi, on the street of Delta State, on the street of Edo, on the street of Cross River, River State, Bayelsa, name it. Everywhere was completely in atmosphere of joy, celebration. Nigerian journalists saw this. Nigerian police saw this particular evidence. Nigerian army saw this particular evidence. Nigeria presidency saw this particular evidence. Nigeria judiciary saw this particular evidence. And in my own understanding, as government is being run, governments gather the people's point of view in order way to implement into their own functioning, in order way to give people exactly what they want. But in the case of this Nigeria state, being seen all this evidence as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a instrument of joy before the people, because everybody, both in Yoruba land, both in Hausa land, they knew that this man stands for truth. Then, since government should be the pioneer of peace, why don't them? Why now can them walk towards the mind of the people, knowing that the releasing of this man will bring completely tranquility in our society? So them refusing to release him simply mean that the statement being made by this someone who sent this thing, are you now telling me now that this person is right in his point of view, that Nigeria government is against peace in our land, in Southeast. So I want you to quickly deliberate on that.
Thank you, Mazi. Thank you. I know somebody has sent it, but I touch it here, but I will finish it now. Thank you because you come direct on it. I have mentioned it. I said some people we are shouting, we are doing something, Nnamdi Kanu will be free. And I told them that hence it is violence in our land. Nigeria will not free Nnamdi Kanu. Why? It's because they never like peace in our land. So if somebody wants to weaken us, he will bring violence in our land and tell you that to free Nnamdi Kanu, automatically Nigeria will not free him because they never want our land to be at peace. That's why you see checking points. That's why you see barracks everywhere. That's why you see them patrol van everywhere. That's why you see them, if they see peace in a state here, they will try to make sure there is trouble. And our people don't know about it. That's why yesterday, day before yesterday, I was asking somebody, tell me a country where a governor, because we was talking about one Nigeria. I told them that East is not part of Nigeria. And I'll prove it. I'll prove it now. How? Tell me a country that backs up a governor to kill citizens. Only Nigeria. They support Ozadema to kill citizens. They support Okeze to kill citizens. They support Ugwani to kill citizens. They support Ozadema. They are sending him army to kill citizens. If here is part of Nigeria, will they be sponsoring governor to be killing citizens that belongs to them? Nigerian citizen, a governor have right to kill them. Automatically, here is not part of Nigeria. How can the federal government be sponsoring the killings of their citizens? Are you trying to tell me that they are normal? So here is Nigeria. Then the government will be sending army. Most of them have launched more than 7 different types of security with army. Operation this, Operation exercise, security, military exercise in Imo. Operation this, Operation this, Operation this. From this to this, every time army will be coming, killing. Nigeria have not, if they are, why do they not ask for the account of the achievement of this army? Imagine a country where somebody will declare, launch a Bubagu. A Bubagu, they said, is working to keep the place okay. The citizens of that very state, the citizens of Imo protested against the Bubagu. Citizens of Abia protested against the Bubagu. Citizens of Anambra protested against the Bubagu. Citizens of Ebonyi protested against the Bubagu. Citizens of Enugu protested against the Bubagu. Both Imo. Why is it that federal government did not say stop a Bubagu? Will they say they were not? They did not launch it. Who is the Bubagu securing? Their citizens. Now the citizens rejected it. Why didn't the federal government come in? Why didn't they come in if they need peace in our land? Why didn't they give the governor order? But the governor can give them order, demand for army. They will send army. But they saw the citizen rejected security outfit launched by the governors, and the government did not say anything. They didn't make a move because they are sponsoring it. The government is sponsoring our debt. Why is it that federal government imposed through the Supreme Court against the people of Imo? And the people of Imo say, okay, let us wait for 4 years. We will remove him. After 4 years, they went and voted. Nigeria imposed Ozadema on them again. Do they need peace? Tell me a country that will do so. So I have said it earlier that anything that brings our death, anybody from the east, or make us to cry, it is righteousness in Nigeria. That's why if you demolish our shop in Lagos, it is righteousness. If you disobey court order, it is righteousness. It is, if you kill us, you are doing, if you want to be righteous in Nigeria, you are Yoruba or a Northerner, if you want to be a righteous, just kill a Biafran, demolish their shop, be against them, support the illegal detention of Nnamdi. It is righteousness in Nigeria. That is righteousness. As far as our land will be burning, you are doing it well. As far as our people are crying, whether in the north, you are doing it well. So it is a policy. It is a policy that our land will not be in peace, because if you have the resources, they will not allow you to be in peace. It is projected by the British. It is part of the reason why the British truncated the Abuli Accord agreement. They don't want to go and kill us because the most important thing in the agreement is our security. That's what Ojukwu secured for us. That we can defend, we can provide security for our people. And the British is against it. They cannot colonize you and the resources is in your land to have peace. It doesn't happen. They must make sure that you are being afraid anytime. So anytime they harass you, you run inside your house to dodge, they will now take your resources. If they allow you to be at peace, you will remember your resources. You will occupy your resources. So it is a policy that the people that have the resources must not be at peace. That is the policy. Thank you, Mazi.
Okay, thank you, Mazi, Fearless Evangelist. Thank you for that clearance there. Thank you very much. Before I go into another questioning, I want to, someone sent me something concerning the life of the Biafran men and women serving in Nigeria force, in army, in police, in civil defense, in other paramilitary institutions in Nigeria. How the person said, I am concerned about the life of Biafrans serving in Nigeria force, that they are being targeted and being, eliminated at all costs, both in the north, and now they have found Imo State as an environment of slaughtering this particular our people who are serving in Nigeria force. So there are something I want us to discuss in this issue, because I always say this thing, because I myself and some other IPOB members are very concerned about this. It's only those who does not understand what is called agitation. We are agitating to secure a suitable place, both for those who agreed on restoration of Biafra and those who does not agree. Because all of us must not agree on one thing. There are most people who disagree. And them being disagreeing on what we are pursuing does not make them an enemy to IPOB. Because IPOB understand what is called freedom of choice. We operate freedom of choice. But what will we not tolerate is seeing our people, despite them serving in Nigerian army or serving in Nigerian police, because that is their work. That is where they are earning their living. That's where they are earning their living. They are not our enemy, and we are not their enemy, except those little foolish ones who Satan have entered. If in every family or in every place, there are people who will always be the useful tools of Satan. Now, how are we going to prevent them from dying in the hands of our politicians? Because what is going on in Imo State, the amount of Igbo officers that have been killed in Imo State, and they have been, if you ask Nigeria army institution or police institution to release the names of those who have died in Imo State, they will refuse to release it. Do you know why they will refuse to release it? Because they are all Biafrans. All these people being victims in the Imo State, they are all Biafrans. I have demanded for them, I said, if you are saying that Eastern region belongs to Nigeria, that place is not enemy's ground against Nigeria state, release the names of officers who are victims in the Imo State. A senior police officer, he is from Delta State, say that if you see the list of our brothers who have died in police force and in army, that I will shed tears. Say all these things, he said, now it is clear to him. He's a senior police officer. He said it's very, very clear to him now that there is a very dangerous plan against our people, both those who are serving in Nigeria Army and the Nigeria Police. So what do you have to tell? Because I know they are watching. Most of them are watching. They are watching BTV. So what do you have to tell them? Which advice do you have to give these people? Because I believe that they need advice. They need advice. In this angle, what do we have to offer them as an advice?
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Before I go there, we will also, like you have mentioned it, that is their duty where they found themselves. That's where they are serving. And so many of these people are important to us. They have been doing very, very well to us anyway, because Nigeria is also aware that everybody is not evil like that. But we cannot just say that all of them should quit the service, because we are still at war. We need informations from the Nigerian government, and Nigeria have even kept them away from means of information. But still, there are things they do for us, which I will not be saying here, right? And that is why we are now telling them that, you know, one thing is the same that policy I have mentioned there. That is the policy. Anywhere there is violence, they will send our people. Now, Ogaduma provided a land, the land of Imu, as a killing ground of our people, killing citizens, killing army. It was too grand that Dave Omai have handed over. He have finished tenure in a point. So everything now is in Imu. And what I am advising our people, I don't know what else to tell them than what Nnamdi Kanu have said. But I will add, I don't know, is it carefulness? I don't know what to tell them, because they knew already we are at war. Some of them have left the job because of their lives. It is echoing, man.
Yeah, I noticed that. I noticed that here. Everything is all right here. Go ahead. It may be a network. Go ahead. Go ahead. It's okay.
It's all right. So I am. Okay. I'm telling the people, our people that are serving in Nigeria.
Wait. Let me remove you and bring you in again. Wait, just a fast one.
Okay.
Let me do this first. Let me mute you and bring you in. I'll mute you again. Are you okay now?
Yes.
Is it okay now?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. You are coming out clearly. Go ahead.
Okay. Now, what I am saying now is that they should be careful in their. All of them cannot use the service. They are important to us. Even those they are important. Only those that do not know that important. The same thing with them. Stop joining them to come and stop joining them, because it will give them more ground to be setting you up. At times, if they tell you to come and kill our people, you disagree with them. Because the law of the land is also holding them. And that is why in all the plan they plan against them, they succeed setting them up. They will push Boko Haram here. They will send army. They will send a bag. They will send everything to confront the army and kill them in disguise. And the next time they will say is IPOB. So what I'm telling them is to be careful in their service and use their sense because they are important to us. We want them to be alive and we get Biafra. So Mazi, I don't have much on them because our leader has said much about them and Radio Biafra have said much to them and they knew all these things. The only thing is that some of them is because of which other work will they do. But they have to use their senses. That's what I have to say. Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you, Mazi. Quick one. For me, I suggest that because there is a parable that said in our adage that it's only a tree that you will approach and say, tomorrow I will cut you down. This tree I'm going to cut you down, and that tree will remain there. If you tell even an animal that tomorrow I am coming here to pick this animal here and kill, you may not meet that animal there when you are coming tomorrow. The animal will shift from that position and go and hide itself because of you have said that you are coming to kill the animal. Talk more of human being. Because what I'm saying this thing is this. For my own advice so far to most of them who have communicated with me secretly, I believe that they have every chance or every right to revenge their death. Because I strongly believe that this is the only thing that will bring an end to their own target, for them to stop being targeted. Because it's like these men from Biafra land who are serving in Nigeria force are being targeted by Nigerian state. I don't know this advice, whether it's coming from Britain or whether this is a new strategy being planned by the Fulanese. But I strongly believe because everything that is going on there in that place called Nigeria are being advised by the British government. But one thing that always shocked me is that most of these British government agents who are planning this evil against our race, they cannot do such in their place because they are afraid of their own law, not to cut up with them. It's like Senator Ekuremadu. If he is in Nigeria, Ekuremadu couldn't have been jailed, despite evidence. But look at far away UK. As evidence was provided, Ekuremadu were able to jail for the crime he committed against humanity. So now I want to seize this opportunity again to tell these our people who are serving in Nigerian army. Because for me, I want to profile a solution to them. Because I believe that they need lasting solution. And this time, I do say that one person cannot succeed in committing crime. Like the new intel I got is that a whole attorney general of the states in Imo State is involved in killing. Is involved in killing some
House of Rep members.
No, attorney general. The state attorney general. Yes, of Imo State. Is involved in killing some officers. When he was, with his group planning this, he said they are doing it just to send a signal to Britain and send a signal to Nigeria state that they are against Biafra agitation. So imagine a man of person of such caliber that's supposed to be the protective tools of the people are now involved in this horrific crime against our people. So I advise that Igbo officers serving in Nigeria, they should come up, they should unite themselves. Because if they unite themselves, something is going to change. Let them come in unity, unite themselves. Because one thing they should know that IPOB, we are very, very jealous in protecting our people. We want to protect even those politicians. Like I do say, even the politicians who are out of the greed or out of the corrupt system in Nigeria, they are benefiting from it. Even them, we want to protect them. If at all they have any question to answer, when Biafra come, like Martin and Gada have said it, nobody is going to kill anybody. Those who will know that they are committed crime against Biafran people, they will bring them before the court. They will present there. They will be able to answer some question. If they will be able to defend their action against the people which they committed crime against, good for them. They will be free. Then if they were not able to defend their action, they will be jailed. Not to kill. They will be jailed. After serving their jail term, they will come out and join us. They will come out and join the nation of Biafra. So I will advise Igbo officers for now that nobody can defend them because IPOB cannot defend them. We can't defend them. Our duty is only in the bushes in order to make sure that our people produce food. To make sure that our people produce food to eat and be alive. That is what we cannot leave the bush and come out and say, okay, let us try and protect our brothers who are serving in army or serving in police. They are in a best position to protect themselves by coming together, form a group. Like what I said, like when one officer of Igbo officer fall in Imo State, what they should do is they should target the House of Rep members in Imo State. They target like 2 or 1. When this is not continuous, when this is continuous, I strongly believe that the killings of these officers will reduce. So how do you see this? Because they are watching. We must deliberate on this. Their life matters to us. No.
No, Mazi. Thank you. On this very your suggestion, what I have to welcome them is them coming in unity. It is right. If they have not done so, they have to do so. They have the channel. They are in the game. They know how to get themselves. But we can't tell them how to fight for their battle. We will not direct them. They are soldiers. They knew where the problem is from. But what we are saying is that we are so concerned about their lives. And they must apply wisdom and do not let go. They should not let go. But they should do it in their own way. What is not that it is their agitation, therefore, no, it is in their own field of service because we are separate from them. They are Nigerian army, but they are from our side. So they are the people that will agree and make choice. But we are just throwing out to them that they should not come back empty-handed. They should also revenge in their own manner. Thank you, Mazi. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that answer and the contribution. God bless you. So I want to quickly go on because we are touching many things today. I want to quickly go on the Igbos, the properties of the people of Biafran in Lagos and in the northern part of that Nigeria. Like here, because everything I do here, we must give example of here. Do you know in this country, the smart poor ones in this country, there's something they practice in this country. If you want to gain If you want to get apartment from government without paying any kobo to government, 2-bedroom apartment or 3-bedroom apartment, you will go to a land belonging to government. They call it government allocation land. You will go there, clear the place, build a thatch house. Here in abroad, you go in that government property land. You go there and build a thatch house. They call it a thatch house. You know, all these houses, they just build anyhow. They will go there, build like 3-bedroom, sitting room, kitchen, and toilet. That is how many of them does it here. They will go there, build, and pack their family. I mean, the poor ones, they will pack their family and go and live there, knowing fully well that it may be 20 years' time, it may be 10 years' time, government may be in need of that land. Listen to me, government may be in need of their own land, because that is government allocation land. They will go there and build. So by the time government is ready to develop that place, do you know what they do? They now give them notice that government is coming to demolish this place. Do you know that the local government chairman of that so-called area, what they will do now, they will come and take the names of those that build that house, that build their houses in that government allocation site. They will take their names and they submit to the state governor and said, okay, look at how many people that resident in this particular place without any approval of building. You know what government will do? Government will now go another place and build this building, these towers, these skyscrapers. They will build it. They will go there to know the kind of house they build there. Those that build 3-bedroom, they will now go and build the same 3-bedroom apartment. They will build and build. After they build finish, they will come there and serve every family. Each family has one apartment in that particular place. They will relocate all of them before demolishing that place. Government will now use their land for whatever they want to use it for. But in Nigeria, it's only in Nigeria you say that we, the Igbos, belong to Nigeria, according to our politicians who are deceiving themselves and deceiving their people. They say we must keep Nigeria one. But despite that, our people bought their land. This is land they bought in Lagos with millions of naira. Not even free. This I'm talking about here now in abroad is free. They just go there and occupy government space. But this is land that does not belong to government. This is the land that one family came up and sold to our people. And they paid. And when they want to build, they went to Lagos State government building approval and got the approval. Then got the approval from government before they build. Then after some years, the same government who gave them approval will come to that place and demolish without compensation. So, which advice do you have to offer our people that their properties have been damaged, especially in Lagos? Now they have started in Abuja. This is why they deploy. That is why they employ Wike as a FCT minister, to tell you how British and the Fulanis are very smart. They don't want to do it there with an Hausa person. They don't want to do it with a Yoruba person. Now they employ a Biafran there, so that if it happens tomorrow, they will say, "Is it not your brother? Is it not your brother that is doing that? Is demolishing your house? Are we the one that demolished your house?" So, which advice do you have to give our people who are victims of this wickedness of Nigerian state, especially this Tinubu administration? Which I know. Let me tell you something about Tinubu, because when Babatunde Fashola was Lagos State governor, I have opportunity to frequent into that particular Lausa, their secretariat. And I will tell you that Lagos State, Oba of Lagos, Babatunde Fashola, and Tinubu, these are people who does not want to hear Igbo. The word Igbo is like a virus to them. I'm telling you this thing on air today. And those Yoruba who can be sincere that live in Lagos will tell you. They will tell you this. They will tell you the truth. They will say, this man is telling you the truth. These three people that I mentioned, I don't know other politicians there, those ones who are still hiding. Oba of Lagos, Babatunde Fashola, the former Lagos State governor, and Tinubu, these three people, they don't like anything anything that will make them associate with Igbos. They don't like it. Except the Igbo they want to use against the Igbo. That's the people they will draw near. And after they use you, they will kick you out. So which advice do you have to give our people?
Thank you, Mazi. Thank you. We have been given advice, but I must go ahead and analyze something happening there, because what is happening in Lagos is not development. It is not just that a government wants to build something, or that they build something illegally. People talk about people talk about this registration, that. They never ask, have you seen a single Yoruba man arrested for fraudulently selling a land? So the government will plan and they send their agents. They will sell land to our people. They will buy the land. And when time, within a short while, they'll start demolishing it without arresting an individual that sold out government land. What kind of injustice is that? I don't care about C of O. Before you tell me about C of O, you must have to arrest somebody that sold government land. Unofficial land. Who sold it? Who sold it? The person that come to Anambra, somebody that came from Ebonyi to Anambra, he now have the land, what is it called? The plan of Anambra. So the
is having a network issue there. I don't know if you can hear me. Mazi Fearless Evangelist, it seems you can't hear me anymore. Okay, great dear friends and lovers of freedom, I will continue until his side is being resolved. Let me see. Until his side is being resolved. I hope I'm coming out very clear. So what we are saying here concerning our people's property in Lagos that are being destroyed by these microfew politicians that is against our people. Because what is happening, like Mazi said, like Mazi said, that have you seen anyone being arrested by the Lagos State government for fraudulently selling the land that belongs to government, as they claim? The answer is no. I haven't ever seen anyone being arrested. Okay, he's back. Let me add him. Let me bring him back. Okay, Mazi, you are back.
Okay, let me continue. So what I was saying is that before somebody will come up in Lagos and told you, don't you know you buy government property? From who? From government agent. That is fraud. The government, every state government of Lagos State committed this fraud. Somebody that traveled from Imo to Lagos does not have the plan of Lagos. There was no time he go to Lagos State government and they gave him plan. He now know a genuine land and the ungenuine land. So why is it that we have never seen a government in Lagos that said this very government is arresting people that illegally sold Lagos land to Igbos? Have you ever had it? So what we are seeing in Lagos is very good government plan against our people. They sold the land to you, not free. They sold it to you. You develop it, then you be paying taxes or revenues, right? After paying it, they will 10 million. It was a stamp, a swamp. When you bought it, 10 million, you filled it. So that this land now is now at the rate of 200, 300 million, 400 million. So what they will do, because you have made it a land, from swamp to land, it becomes land. They will now demolish it after 10 years or 9 years or even 5 years. They demolish it and take back their land. You have filled the land. Why is it that if they demolish these houses, they don't uproot that very swamp, those materials, those cement we pour and fill the swamp? If they are there to demolish, why can't they use the caterpillar and pull the structure from bottom? But they scrape the building and use the land because our people have filled the swamp. It is a federal government is doing this. So federal government is doing it with Lagos State government. It is federal government operation. We have witnessed it under military government. Military president of Nigeria, Abacha. I was a small boy. I was in Lagos. They are under Abacha. Adisa was a housing minister. When Oladipo Odia and Jeremiah Hussein, all of them was there. Which that our brother, what of Fonagron, was a housing minister, information and culture minister. Now Adisa was a housing minister. He demolished our shops in Koka. He demolished our shops in Trinity, number 7 Delibakari Street, Olodi Apapa there. It is inside. From shop to Gota is very, very far. And from Gota to Service Lane is even very, very far. He demolished Airport Road. He demolished my 12. There is another one around Okoko Michael. He demolished it. For what? Because that is how they claim their land. Because there is no one Nigeria. That's why, if it is happening in Lagos, what people will be waiting for is the Igbo's elders, Igbo leaders. Are you telling me that Yoruba people cannot come up and condemn the evil they are doing against their fellow citizens? Because we are not their citizens. We are not part of Nigeria. That's why I listened to Ayodele, a Yoruba man. He was telling us that Igbo man told president not to free Nnamdi Kanu. And I asked them, have Igbo man not told Lagos State government to allow Igbos to live their life? So you cannot hear that one. The president can hear. That is trying to change a narrative. The same thing they sent one Yoruba man. They say it's Tunde Bakare. He said that he was in a meeting. And that meeting, they were discussing about taking their land from Igbo. And he said, the day point you gone, it was changing narrative. He's also involved. What I want to hear from a Yoruba person is grant them referendum if you don't need them. And another one is arrest Mazi. The Yoruba people that sold this land to Igbo people. Arrest them. If Mazi. There is no such motive.
Mazi, there's something I want to chip in there, please. Like the meeting they held when they discussed about this thing. The information that we had is that 2 noticeable pastors of Yoruba land were present in that meeting. You know, we have to be truthful and we have to be go to the point, because we are on air. Millions and thousands of people are watching in different locations at this time. And even them, they are watching. I heard that the information that came that Tunde Bakari of Lateran Assembly, a pastor, were present in this meeting. And the Redeemed Church Church of God Mission of Nigeria, this Adeboye, Papa Adeboye, we are present in that meeting, where they are saying that the Igbos must be dealt with. And these are the people, when you go to their churches, 85% of the members there are Igbos. Then this thing brings shock to me. How can someone who claimed to love you, being the one stabbing you from back? And that reminds me, are they now doing this thing in order way to, because there's the Yoruba man who say they are tired of one Nigeria. Say them, the Yorubas are tired of one Nigeria. That even Tinubu is tired of one Nigeria. That the plan of Tinubu is to frustrate Igbos who are the ones begging for one Nigeria. They want to frustrate them. They want to use that same one Nigeria they are begging for, to frustrate them and make them see hell on earth, so that they may decide and say, okay, we are going. Because Yoruba don't want to say, according to the man, he said Yoruba don't want to say we are going. He said because we are afraid of your people. Your people may betray us when we say we are going. They may even join the Fulani and come and fight us. Do you see what the man related to me? He said they said they are afraid of saying they are going out of one Nigeria. But he said I should bear it in mind that it is we, the Igbos, are frustrating everybody not to get freedom of themselves from that Nigeria. I say, how? I said, but we have already started agitating to go now. He said, even till now, they never believe. He said they never have that 100% conviction that we are ready to go, because he said this is what they want. And that is why they came up with this idea. What can we do to make this people see her to go? So why I'm saying this thing now, why I'm revealing what the man said, is because of our politicians who keep on forcing one Nigeria onto our people. And even these politicians knew, our governors, all of them knew that Nigeria can never let the Igbos breathe freely. They know. But their mission to sustain something that is painful to their people, not only to their own people. Even when Nigeria is painful to common Yoruba man, it's very painful to him. It's very painful to one common Hausa man. It's very painful to common Fulani man. So I am telling this view today, I'm revealing this thing today on air, on BTV. How are we going to handle this, our politicians who are forcing one Nigeria on everybody? Because that's what the Yoruba elder man told me on phone. He said, you people are the one forcing this one useless Nigeria on us. And we don't want to say we are going first because you people may betray us and come and fight us. So what do you have to say about this?
Thank you, Mazi. The Yoruba man is lying, a complete liar. I think he may be listening or he will watch later. Any Yoruba that come on this issue and blame Igbo leaders, it is their plan. That is the plan. And they have contracted pastors that will say this thing. They want to bring this emotion. They want to throw it in our minds so that we will leave them. Now I ask the Yoruba man, why was there 1966 queue? Who led the queue? and the majority of the coup plotters were Yorubas. What was the intention of the coup? The coup, to make a Yoruba man president. Who led the coup? Kaduna Nzo. Now let us move forward. When Ojukwu released Awolowo, what did they discuss? Who betrayed each other? Awolowo betrayed Ojukwu. If a Yoruba man wants to play game, he must know that we are alive. We know what our fathers does to us. We know what Igbo leaders do to us. Just like now, Igbo leaders not holding Nnamdi Kanu. Nigerian government is holding Nnamdi Kanu. But Yoruba will come to change their attention. They will tell you they need freedom highest. They told you that the Igbo leaders are holding Kanu. And I asked them, why is it that federal government did not arrest the Igbo leader? Why is it that Yoruba leader did not confront federal government and said, why must you listen to Igbo leader? Are they the owner of the constitution? Is the speaker to the court of Igbos? Who decided on the kind of court? Who gave statement to Attorney General of Federation? Was it Attorney General of Igbo? Who is demolishing businesses in Lagos and shops? Nigerian government. Now I ask them, why are they revealing that pastors attended the meeting? Why do they not reveal the meeting they had that Tinubu should be president? Why is it that this is the only secret meeting they have with Yoruba pastors, GS, and they come up to reveal it? What about the killings of IPOB members? Did they not call them in the meeting and tell them not to talk? What about the invasion of Nnamdi Kanu's house? Were they not in the meeting, the same pastors? This is to tell us that everything that have been going on, that they call their pastors, the same thing Nnamdi Kanu said, that these Yoruba pastors are evil. They will never love you. Without this thing now, how do we know that all the meeting of the politicians that they invite Yoruba pastors? Then you ask yourself, what is the reason of the presence of pastors in a political meeting? Why do they invite them? Because they have always been there, engineering the sufferings of our people. Is it today that we started suffering? That is to say, they have always been in the meeting of the destruction of Igbo, weakening Igbo. They are always in the meeting. So they are co-conspirators. Yoruba is not ready for freedom. IPOB have been massacred for freedom. Peaceful protesters. And somebody in Yoruba told you, you are not ready for freedom. Is the person mad? Is it not Anthony Nahoro that moved motion for independence? Was it the whole Nigeria that moved motion? Will every Igbo become agitating? That's why they use using Igbo. They keep using Igbo. Why can't they use Eastern region? We are agitating in the whole part of Eastern region. We are agitating for freedom. We die for it. We go to detention for it. We protest all over the world. We spend money for it. And they don't back award. Who cannot confront their enemy? They want to use Igbo and share. So they want to use us as bulletproof. So we should go for freedom so that they will go freely. A coward speaking. A coward who cannot talk in my presence. I don't approach cowards. The Yoruba coward told me that he will see me that I need freedom first. Is Nigeria favoring them? So if you see a Yoruba chameleon trying to prove you that he loves Igbo, he wants Igbo, how can somebody be weakening my people? He wants to validate it. He wants to tell me that he's doing it so that I'll fight for freedom. Have I not been dying for freedom? Have we not been dying for freedom? Have we not been going to jail for freedom? Are we not still in jail? Are we not bankrupt because of freedom? What have we not done? What have we not done? That they don't like our word.
Mazi, if you're
my anger that should go to government, they want to challenge it on Igbo leaders. When I know what the Igbo leaders are doing, and we are blaming them, we fight them in their own. But on our freedom, we are fighting for it. Yoruba cannot tell me that Igbos are not ready for freedom because Biafrans are ready for freedom. So they should stop using that language, Igbo. They should stop it. We can never force our people into agitation. Our people will like what we are doing, they join us. And majority have accepted our agitation. So somebody should not expect us that everybody should be in agitation before they know Igbos. So they want all of us to be killed before they know we're agitating. How many IPOB have died? How many citizens that are not even agitating have Nigerian army killing our land because of agitation? So what do they want us to do before they know we're agitating?
Mazi, what the man is referring, the man is saying that he was referring to Igbo politicians. He said anything that we can do to let Igbo politicians free them. He said, he said, how he put it, he said, Igbo politicians are more dangerous. He said, these people, they don't know how to tell them that let us end this Nigeria. Let everybody go. Because he said they are seeing them as people that when you tell them, let us end this Nigeria. He said, remember that you are people. Most of these politicians as well have houses in Kano. They have houses. He says some Igbo politicians went as far as Zamfara State and built house. I said, what? He said, he is telling me facts and figures. He said, but he can never see any of them. He even said that he can never see even a Yoruba man, no matter how money he have looted in Nigeria. He said he can never, Yoruba politician who looted billion can never even say, let me waste 50 million and build small house in Igbo land. He said the same thing with the Fulani. He said, why is it Igbo are the people begging for one? He said, and if you watch it, let us be sincere here. If we watch what the man said, the statement of this man, he appeared to be truth. Because if you watch, wait, Mazi, it appeared to be truth. Because everything that Tinubu stole in Lagos State when he was governor, how he looted government money and become the Superman of these days. Did you see, did Tinubu have any, okay, let's say bungalow in Enugu or in Anambra or in Abia or in Delta or in Edo or even in Bayelsa or in the River State? It doesn't have. But look at all our governors have houses in Lagos. So if you watch it, it seems that this man is somehow right. All our governors have, wait, our governors have houses in the north. They have houses in the Lagos. But where their own colleagues who are the same politicians with them in that Nigeria does not have what they have in their own land. So sometimes it seems to appear that our people indeed are the ones forcing themselves into one Nigeria, while other people are trying to destabilize Nigeria. Because let me tell you something. If you watch the activities of Funanis in Nigeria, especially Mazi Allah group, you find that Mazi Allah want to destabilize Nigeria. Because when somebody is killing, going on the killing rampage in some communities that are called Nigerians, killing them, I believe that even Mazi Allah activities is giving a signal that we are tired of this place, so we want to frustrate this, we want to start killing them so that they will say, no, let us go. If it is if unity is it's like this, we cannot go. But upon all this effort of Mazi Allah, try to introduce killing rampages in the villages and the communities across Nigeria, still our Igbo politicians are still telling you Nigeria can be better. Nigeria can be better. So you just think about it.
Okay. Thank you, Mazi. When somebody set a trap and the trap catches, and the person turn around and start blaming the very animal that fall in the trap, without blaming the person that set up the trap. When Nigeria set up their policy against our people, and it is manifested, it is a policy they set up. How can you deny your seaport? How can a young woman come and they build in a dot nation? A place that God created in a geographical plan, it is not dot. But in the policy of Nigeria, our land is dot. What is the policy? No international presence. Can you show me an embassy here? No embassy. No seaport. No company here, apart from the one we built. Why is it that Ogun State is where you build biscuit, drink companies? Why is it that Lagos is where sheep will be coming, goods will be coming? Why is it that we do not have foreign embassy here? They deny our people attraction. Nothing, there is no attraction to our land. If not that we are strong, if we are such people like the North or Yoruba, you can't see anything in our land. The policy frustrated us. Not us. We know where we are holding our leaders from here. Somebody cannot take the policy of Nigeria to blame us. They are the people that set up our land that it will not be attractive. You cannot see the multinational oil company headquarters in our land, where the oil comes from. Then what will attract the governor? How much will somebody pay him in house rent here? When they know that there are policies they set up that Lagos will be developed, Abuja will be developed, Northern will be developed, where you will set up something, it will be working. But our land is blindfolded, and the only foreigners you see here are armed robbers who come to steal our resources. You can't see an embassy here. The other people are the people walking road. You see army rounding them up. So what we are managing here is ourselves. We know where the politicians are failing it, but we are not the people sponsoring, making sure there is one Nigeria. It is the policy. The Yoruba and the North, they conspire together to kill us. After killing us, they set up a policy. When they set up the policy, and this policy is now working for them, and somebody turn around and start blaming me, let them shut Lagos State that Apapa Wharf. Let me say any Yoruba man to blame us. Shut down the Apapa Wharf. Shut it down. Motor Mohammed Airport. Bring it to Enugu. Bring it to Enugu. Aminu Kano Airport. Bring it to Enugu. Bring it to Imo. And let us see if those Igbos you are talking about will not come and build. Somebody will set up a trap and the trap is catching. He turn around and blame the person the trap catch. Why did you set up the trap on the road where the person will pass? You subdue our fathers to the extent they are afraid. You divided us, but the Yoruba is one. They are southwest. You gave us south and southeast. Now you want the few senators and House of Rep members in the southeast to come and defend the whole east. Why do Yoruba not confront Obasanjo for dividing us with the geopolitical plan? When the Yorubas are complete, if they want to protest in the House of Senate or House of Rep, they are complete in number. If our people want to protest, they divided us and gave the other people south. So how do they expect how many senators? How many senators? 15 senators from 5 states. How many? How many from the Yoruba? How many from the Yoruba? They are together, southwest. The Obasanjo gave us southeast and south. And they want these 15 senators to confront 100 and something senators as what? What about the Yoruba that have the number of senators more than us? Why can't they speak up? There is a place I'm channeling. We deal with our leaders, but in a present issue like this, we confront the truth. That Nigeria set the policy that our people are living here and travel abroad. That's why the Northerners are not traveling. There is a policy they set here. They put our land on fire. Our people are running away. They set up checking points here. Before you travel to Enugu, if you doubt me, move from Akinokwa, ordinary Akinokwa. It's Enugu State too. Move from Akinokwa Junction to Enugu. You will see what you will suffer. Do you know how many checking points there? And if somebody, because of this checking point, refuses to return home, you say, no, it is him causing the problem. Why is it that some checking point is not in Yoruba land? It is a policy. Subdue the people, take their resources, then make a policy that their land will be blindfolded. Then they will leave their land and come to our land and develop it. It is a policy, not our fault. But that's why IPOB stand challenging our leaders and tell them that we do not accept that policy. We need the freedom. So no Yoruba man should come up and blame Igbo leaders for one Nigeria. No, we wanted to go, but the Yoruba and the Northern, they conspire together and force us into Nigeria. So how are we the problem? How are we the problem? How many times will we die to be free? We died since 1970. Uwazirike came, we died. Now we are dying. And somebody tell me I'm making one Nigeria. Have Yoruba agitated? No. Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you, Mazi Evangelist. Quick one. We have two more questions here to treat, and we end the program because I think Mazi Jonathan will be on air today, or somebody need that
Yes,
information from our engineer there. This someone sent here. He said Biafran politicians in Nigeria should understand they are serving the people, not the people serving them. And
yes.
for that, they should obey the will of the people. Like now, like what the person said here, like Nigeria, like Biafran politicians who are representing us, let me just say us, in the Senate floor and the House of Rep as governors, as ministers. Now that the people, because everything about politics is, let's say, if you are a governor, what you present when you go to governor's current meeting is what your people want. That is the definition of politician and the politics. You present what your people want in your meeting. You have no word of your own. You have no choice of your own. Your choice must be choice of your people. That shows that, yes, you are indeed a politician representing your people. But in the case of our own politicians, the case of our governors, our senators, our House of Rep members, both the state and the federal, this character is not being displayed by them, such as speaking the minds of the people. Now that over 90% of Biafrans around the world want to exit Nigeria, is it not the time these politicians should understand that they are not there to serve themselves, they are there to serve the people? Is it not the time they should say, okay, look at what our people want? We don't know the reason. They can pretend like that. Okay, we don't know the reason. Our people say they want referendum. Can referendum be scheduled for our people in order for peace to reign? Because this is what politics is all about. Why is it that our governors are not working towards this area? Why is it our senators are not working towards this area? Why is it that our House of Rep members from the Biafra land are not working towards this area? What do you say? What do you have to say about this?
Thank you. It is called clear, that is original sabotage. This is where we are holding them. That is where we hold them. Not that they are making one. We hold them that when we cry out and pointed out that this thing you have pampered for years without good results, it only results putting us into trouble. We are always victims. We said, okay, there is no way we can force everybody into Biafra. That's why we refuse to pick up arms. They will say you are forcing people. We now call for referendum. Our people accepted it. And the politicians are kicking against it. It is wickedness, because what you cannot do, what the enemy has subdued you not to do in your position as a politician, and you want it to be done. If you see people that are doing it that are not the same politician with you, in your own way, you support them. Had we told this politician to start carrying Biafra flag, that's where we get it wrong, because we cannot force them. But what we ask them is, as far as we do not demand for war, we demand for referendum. And you, when you want to become in a political post, you contest for election. It is voting. Referendum is voting. Why can't you demand Nigerian government to grant your people referendum? You yourself, as a politician, you are free not to vote. We do not ask you to vote. We do not ask government to vote. Go your way. But that thing you cannot bring, that thing you cannot solve, We ask you for good road, you say you are coming. We ask you for internet airport, you say you are coming. We say, okay, we are no longer interested for international airport from Nigerian government, unless any of our governor want to do it. We don't want it again. Please, you see this our adult nation, allow us to manage it. As they call us gods, upon this blessing from God, allow us to manage it. How? We are not going to use God. We need referendum. But these people are kicking against it. That is where we are holding them. That is where they are evil. And we are telling them that whether they like it or not, we can't stop agitation. And we must get Biafra. But what we will not take is when we want to score a goal, they will come and block it. We will not take it. Goals that they refuse to score, even in their position, they're in a better position to score these goals. They can't. But if IPOB manage upon the military shooting, all the police shooting, all the killings, we still manage upon our people who fall victim. When we manage to escape that, these people will start sabotaging us. Now that we are at this very point of this very war on freeing Nnamdi Kanu, these very politicians sabotage us. How? They sponsor violence. They supported government with their silence. Even if they do not support inside, with their silence and their intention or their attempt to change the narrative. These very Igbo leaders, we told you where they are getting it wrong, we'll hold them. These very Igbo leaders, politicians, I call politicians, refuse to stand on the court victory of Nnamdi Kanu. They told us they will go and be president. That shows cowardice. That shows sabotage. That we will fight. Travel from here, some travel from abroad, come to Abuja. Upon the intimidation to our lawyers, upon the intimidation upon the intimidation to our people by Nigerian government around the court premises in the court. The politicians could not see this thing as a victory. A hard-earned victory. A hard-trick goal that didn't come easy. Why do they divert from calling for court order to be obeyed? They ended up in begging president. It is called evil because they want to hide your victory. So what I am saying now is that in our agitation, the politicians are evil. The reason is that we do not ask them to carry flag. We do not ask them to come and broadcast. We do not ask them to tweet Biafra. We do not ask them to post Biafra. But these are the people that told us there is a way to do it. Let us go to the assembly. Vote your own in the House of Assembly. Now, they are in the House of Assembly. When we have fight for them to say, please, we are hearing a noise in our home where we come from. Yes, we are in House of Assembly. We are in the Senate House. But there is a noise. And there are reasons for that noise. Why can't we stop that noise? By granting them referendum. It's a very simple request that nobody will harm you. But they choose it as a part because they are benefiting from it. Somehow, because they gave us the mindset of selfishness with the 20 pounds. That mindset of selfishness started with the 20 pounds. So everybody decided, I must make it. It's no longer we must make it. And these have given birth to children, grandchildren in us. Only IPOB came up and said, we. We started using I. And that's why we are here or where we are today. But the politicians, they are not we. They are I. Because Nigerian government manipulated them individually, promised them individually, appointed them individually. Nobody noticed, nobody. They don't want them to be at peace. They will promise this one vice president, promise this one vice. So that if this one is talking, they will call him and say, this man he wants your vice, so they will not be in enmity. So that's what we are telling them. We said, you are evil. to our Biafra agitation without gun, without violence, and you keep quiet. When we are also agitating under political process, and you are politicians, why can't you call for referendum? Or why can't you say, listen to IPOB? So, Mazi, that's what I have to say. They are evil on this matter. Thank you. I cannot hear you. You're mute. I cannot hear you.
Sorry, I muted myself. So, thank you very much for this particular enlightenment you have just elaborated here. And what I want to contribute in this manner is that the politicians who are supposed to prevent some disaster from not coming, they are the people who are also fueling this disaster. Like the court that was sitting in Enugu State have exposed them that it was the Southeast governors who tagged themselves a terrorist. Do you know why I call it themselves? Because we must be very, we must teach them what they don't know. Because the name is indigenous people of Biafra, including them. They are not excluded. Then that shows how ignorant or how stupid that this governors has become. Because how can somebody look at himself as a people, as a race? It's like now, in this Brazil now, they say indigenous people of Brazil. And the president of Brazil will go to the, what do you call it, to the United Nations meeting and said indigenous people of Brazil is terrorist. How does that? You see, when I look at the decision of these governors by tagging IPOB terrorists in Enugu State, I laugh and roll on the floor. Somebody asked me, why are you laughing? This is a serious matter. I said, no, it's not a serious matter. This is the highest stupidity I can ever see on the surface of the earth. He said, why? I said, because indigenous people of Biafra, the governor of Enugu State is included in that name. The senator from Enugu State is included in that name. Governor from Ebonyi is included in that name. The senator from Ebonyi is included in that name. The senator from Abia State, governor from Abia State is the same. From River State, from Bayelsa, from there, they are included. So then coming up with that strategy in order way to silence themselves. I am not saying they are silencing us because they can't. They want to silence themselves. If not for our own help too, that pull them out from that nonsense, they put themselves. How can somebody just look at himself because of he did not even study what the name is all about? He did not even study what his identity is all about. That he himself is included. He not tag himself terrorist just because of greed of money. Because he feel that Nigeria should continue to exist because of there is no accountability. Because that's what most of them is enjoying. Because if it comes to a functioning nation, man, you will account for it. I will tell you one story, what the ex-president of here is going through. This man have appeared in courts more than 10 times since he left office. Do you know why he appeared in court? Can I shock you? Because he traveled to Saudi Arabia. The former president of this country traveled to Saudi Arabia. And getting to Saudi Arabia, one of the officials in Saudi Arabia gifted him a Rolex watch of $54,000. Gifted, he just appreciated the president. The president, knowing fully well how the law is very strong here, took the watch and said thank you from the man who gifted him the watch, and he handed it over to his special aide, his aide, who is a military officer. He gave it to him and said, take this watch. I don't like the model of the watch. The president didn't take the watch. He gave the watch to his ADC. Then journalists from here, they went to meeting. The man he gave the watch, the president gave the watch, we are wearing the watch. Journalists snapped the watch from the man's hand, take camera of the watch and zoom it. Began to analyze the worth of the watch, saying that the watch is 54,000 US dollar, which is about, let's call it about 280,000 reais in this country. Now they say, what will this man, the military officer, be doing with such expensive watch? How much is his salary? Then this escalated serious problem. They begin to call the president thief. They begin to call the ADC thief. Do you understand? Now, the police headquarters have to go and arrest the man who is wearing the watch. The former ADC of the man arrested him and took him to court. The man now explained how the watch got into his hand, that he did not buy the watch. It was when they traveled, they gifted the president the watch. The president dashed it to him, just give it to him. $54,000 watch. This man, they have dragged this man more than 10 times in the court. Then I call one of the politicians are here. I say, you are dragging this man because of 54,000 US worth of watch. I say, in my place, senator has a watch of 500,000 US dollar, and nobody question him. If you talk, they will come after you. They will kill you. They will tag you terrorist. But here you are running after the man because of the gift. And now, when they find out that the watch was gifted to the man, they are not asking, what connection do you have with this man, that this man will give you such gift? You see how country that is functioning, how it works. Now, that watch had been taken by the Brazilian government. They have taken the watch from the man. They said, no, we want to know the reason why this watch was gifted to the president. They took the watch away from the man and keep it in their store and free the man. And the man, anytime they need the man has to come and answer some question because of the same watch. So this is to show, this is what I seriously believe this is what the politicians from the Biafra land are dodging. They know that many people, the Biafra government are going to run by the powerful men and women who have learned what is called democracy in a developed world. It's going to be a place whereby you got married as a politician. If journalists catch you or anywhere you are with another woman that is not your wife or entering a hotel, you lose your office. As a sex scandal, how it is done here where we are. You don't carry women anyhow. As a politician, a businessman can do it, but you, politician, cannot do it. Because you are serving the people, you must lead by example. So, let us treat the issue why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be released on the 15th of this month. In other words, if Nigeria, what I'm saying here today is this: if Nigeria truly know that they want Nigeria, or the government of Nigeria know that yes, government is for peace, they should prove it by releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because the evidence is there that if he release this man, there will be no more killing in Imo State, because politicians are hiding under the continuous illegal detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to commit killing in Imo State. So finally, I want you to contribute something about this, what I just raised now, then we will close from here.
Thank you, thank you very, very much. This is our people call it Ezamanagechi. What we are telling Nigerian government and their Supreme Court is that IPOB is not calling for war. IPOB is demanding that Supreme Court should uphold appeal court judgment. The appeal court judgment was given based on Nigeria Constitution and international constitution. The UN order is also there. The Federal High Court order sitting in Umuahia that discharging Nnamdi and demanded that he should be returned back to Kenya is there. IPOB family members, none of them have been convicted upon all the arrests. The record is clear. Nigerian army have been in our land massacring us. We never retaliated. The record is there. IPOB protests all over the world because we are genuinely agitating, legally agitating, legitimately agitating, lawfully agitating. The record is there. So Supreme Court should not be diverted by the very state terrorists called Nigerian Army, or Nigerian Army is the latest weapon now that manipulates they're using to manipulate the mindset of the people and bring something to present to the Supreme Court. They should not listen to their blackmail from Imo. That's why they return those of them. Because there is no blackmail you bring against IPOB that Nnamdi Kanu have not been charged for. They charge him for killing security men. The court discharge him. They charge him for destroying INEC offices. The court discharge him. They charge him for NSAS. The court discharge him. They charge him for attacking police station. The court discharge him. They charge him for overthrowing government, which Buhari committed in 1983. The court discharge him. So what allegation, what propaganda will Nigerian army present to you, Supreme Court? Will Nigerian government present to you that Nnamdi Kanu have not been charged for? That is why we are telling them that we believe in our freedom and nothing can stop us, and we have no other option than referendum. Keeping Nnamdi Kanu in detention will not stop us. But one thing we demand is that the battle has been over. In court, if it is a football, the match has ended. The referee has ended the match. How can the other opponent remain in the field and say, I don't agree? I don't agree. Why won't you agree when the match has ended? There's no last man, nobody. Nigeria kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu. Nigeria prepared the charges. Nigeria chose a court. Nigeria brought prosecutor. Nigeria is the attorney general. Nigeria judge precise. Why did we secure victories in everywhere Nigeria? Prosecutor Nigeria, judge Nigeria. We secure victories, and some few people try to truncate it because you cannot truncate our victory. We are calling up Supreme Court because Nigerian government have not been able to present amendment ground of appeal in the Supreme Court challenging our suit. They have never done a single one. They keep running. So what we are telling them is that if they want to save their Nigeria or their image, that their court order must be obeyed. Nnamdi Kanu is not facing trial in Supreme. Nnamdi Kanu cannot face trial again. Nnamdi Kanu's trial cannot be revoked. Nnamdi Kanu has been automatically discharged right from 2015 till today. If I start counting our victories, it is 6. Okay, 7 in number. Court, okay, 6 in court. 1 is UN. I'm not talking about fundamental human rights of Nnamdi Kanu. I'm talking about discharged by court. Should I count discharge of IPOB members? Should I count it? So if Nigeria was not able to succeed to make us terrorists, because we can prove it that since 2017, they target terrorists, they have never convicted a single IPOB member. At least let them stand on the prescription of IPOB, the legal prescription, and convict us. They have never. So we are still thinking, what will ever move a Supreme Court not to decide the Nnamdi Kanu? We are still looking at it, but to us and to the world and to the public, nothing should hold Nnamdi Kanu. Continue in detention, no detention warrant, no charges. Tinubu inherited empty case file without charges, and that is what we are stating here. The duty of Tinubu is to instruct the Minister of Justice to direct the DSS to free Nnamdi Kanu. They failed. They still have the opportunity to tell Supreme Court not to disgrace them by not upholding the judgment of appeal court, because if you don't do it, it is disgrace. We don't move an inch. We are IPOB. We must claim our victory. It is our victory, and then Nnamdi Kanu must be discharged. So they should not play with us. They should not joke with Nnamdi Kanu's victory. They have not allowed the hearing to hear our suit in Supreme Court for complete 1 year. From November 2022 to this year, they only had it on October 5. May 2nd, they didn't hear it. September 14, they didn't sit the court. They had it on October 5. Let them give the judgment and decide. That is my call, and that is where IPOB stands, and that's where humanity stands. Obey court order, and it must be obeyed. Nnamdi Kanu must be free. Thank you, Mazi, from me.
Sorry, I always forgot. So there is a message that came that demanded that all the people who defected from the IPOB ideology that left IPOB and joined Nigeria government, unknowing to them, some of them know, some of them went there ignorantly, and joined Nigeria government against the Biafran struggle, which is autopilot, which they know, later, most of them later know. I want to ask, like, what do you think about this, them coming back? Because the message said that they should go back to their unit, despite all what have happened. So what advice do you have to these our people? Most of them are very shameful about themselves. I know one of them who say he's very, very ashamed of himself, that he couldn't believe that he could have been just deceived easily, because they say they use Martin and the Kanu name to deceive him. I said, but if they deceive you and you see that the ideology of the man that you were following does not rhyme with somebody who uses his name to deceive you, I said, why can't you make a U-turn on time? He said that they don't know how he will go back to his coordinator, because he insulted him, you know, so much that he is ashamed of himself going back now to come and to go and meet the same coordinator he insulted and call all manner of name. I told him, I said, you're a man. You have done mistake. Just go quietly and plead with him. You go back to where you belong. But some of our people are saying no. They should stay away from IPO. These people that left, they should remain where they are. But for me, I will suggest that we welcome them back. How do you see this? Because whatever we decide is what the leadership will do. And we are on BTV. This is the television, this is the Biafran television for all Biafrans. And we must live by example as IPOB, who is leading over 75 million people. So what do you say?
Thank you, Mazi.
Yeah.
Thank you very, very much. This is a very important something. Mazi, on this issue, if people can get themselves and know the truth, even in this very stage, and try to return, that means we have been vindicated. And that's the reason of our campaign. That's the reason of our broadcast. That's the reason of our posts, that they should know themselves, because the war is still ahead. Mazi, any genuine returning, apart from those that was expelled, Mazi, I say I welcome them, because IPOB have a structure. There is unit coordinators, they are in charge of zone. You join back does not make you coordinator. But what I am saying that they should not be appointed in posts for now. But I mean that somebody genuinely knew that he failed. Yes, our people will get angry because they have given us enough job. But because of them, the good in us have come out. So, then the good is that we have proved to the world that Nnamdi Kanu knows what he's saying. He's saying you cannot destroy you. So if we have vindicated Nnamdi Kanu and our people want to return, it is welcome development. That's what we were saying. We said, don't join the destruction of our land. Not that we hate you. They called us names. We blocked them, many of them. My own, I went, when our leader returned, I unblocked them. That's my own. But the leadership is there, the IPOB. That's why we are here. If you don't agree with IPOB, as IPOB don't agree with Nigeria, we expel you. Hence, you don't believe in command and control. We expel you so that you become a freed person. You can command yourself, you can have decision. We cannot cage you in IPOB command and control. The same thing we expected from Nigeria. We don't want Nigeria expel us. They refuse to expel us. So to me, I welcome them. You cannot return and you say you are now China's. No, you join your zone. When coordinator bring information, you take it. If you bring suggestion, they take it. That's how IPOB runs. So unless you come out, you start bringing what make you to run away. You know that IPOB will expel you. That thing that make you to abandon us and start answering another surname. And when we ask you, instead when our leader return, we know who is school. How can we know who is school? That IPOB remains a place. We answer the surname that our father, we were answering before our father traveled to Lagos or to buy market somewhere and he falls sick and our father is in the hospital. Some of them, some of the enemies as outside the compound started telling you, this is not brother poisoning him. The security poisoning him. The chicken doesn't do this. They are the one who sold him. This one sold him. They told you that you should leave the compound, that you should stop attending family meeting, that our father gathered us together, and we have been doing for long. And not only that, you are free if you're gonna rob you can build the house in another compound, no problem. But you must be attending the family meeting where your father directed you. You will be going to meeting Omunna, even if you buy land another place. You will attend the meeting of your people. Then you don't have the right to go and change surname in the compound where we are. You come here, you change surname, you targeted us, you called us name, you blackmailed us, you went and changed surname. So if you say I am no longer answering that surname, I return back to my father, I will answer our original surname. I will go to family meeting, I will be submissive. I will go back to the oath and apologize to my God, you know, because the starting of the oath is what is holding everybody. That I, Mazi Maduabuchi, hereby, solemnly and voluntarily swear to be absolutely loyal to the leadership of indigenous people of Biafra, which is DOS, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, director of Radio Biafra. That's what the oath said, and that's where we stand. And for remaining here, we can never offend Nnamdi Kanu because we remain in the house. We argue in the house. We debate in the house. Our house is IPOB. We never change them. So if our father returns, he will come back to the house. He will ask us, what about you? We'll tell them you have made your own name. You have changed surname. But if you can be able to be here and our father returns, I'm saying maybe in case if IPOB accept them, it is a good thing that happened to you. that you will be here, our father returns, or when our father returns, you return. That one, I don't know how it goes. So, but what I'm saying is that let us accept genuine returning. I don't want to use the language repentance. I don't use it. It makes me, because there are repentant Boko Haram. I use repentance before, when Fulani have not started using it. But since they started using it against citizens, I don't recognize anything repentant. If you tell me somebody repented, I will remember repented Boko Haram, because somebody gave them the language, they started using repentance. So Boko Haram cannot repent. So what I'm saying is that, hence you are not dead. The people we are blaming is those that went and died. Those that are in prison. Those that are in prison under autopilot, nobody comes for you. Those that were died under autopilot, nobody posted your picture. Nobody cares about you. You have lost. You have lost. Nobody cares. You are not a hero. Nobody remembers you. So those that are alive, they are free. Thank you, Mazi. That's what I have to say. They are free to return. Thank you. On mute.
Thank you, Mazi, Fearless Evangelist, for having you in this particular program today, being the second day of December 2023. As time goes on, I will be bringing you once again here, because people want to hear from you, because a lot of people, you have inspired a lot of people in this particular struggle. I must tell you that you are doing great job on ground, and because our people, because of our people, the mentality of our people, they need constant communication, to keep them ongoing. Because if you leave them on the already wetted groundwork, which our leader have already wetted, they don't know about that. They always want something new, something fresh. But what sustained most of us and made us not to debate after his kidnapping was that we went back, began to listen all what he have said. Then it appears to be that this man, every word he left with us appeared to be like a word of a prophet, knowing fully well that something may happen to him. So you go back and listen to my word, and that word will lead you to a direct and to a rightful side of this particular struggle. So I thank you very much. Great Biafrans and lovers of freedom, we have come to the end of the program. Before I go, let me before you go, please, do you have any word of encouragement to Biafrans? Because firstly, please, so that we can go off.
Okay. Thank you, Mazi. I first of all thank IPOB leadership for this very Biafra television, where I have been privileged to be on this very day. I also thank IPOB family members that maintained the very lane and refused to fall away. We also encourage Biafrans, lovers of freedom that are not IPOB family members. Those people, I call them hardest core. They stood with IPOB, they refused to be deceived. The hardest core. They don't belong to unit, they don't belong to zone, they don't care. But at this point, they stood up. Now, I still take their mind back to home, telling them that our people cannot be victim while Nnamdi Kanu is a victim, so that our people will be safe. He's a victim so that our people will be saved. IPOB are big victims because we want our people to be saved. So if somebody turn around to use the name of Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB to torture you in the name of Biafra or free Nnamdi Kanu, automatically the person is doing the work of the government. And we say, do not support such thing. We are here to restore Biafra, and there are ways Nnamdi Kanu gave out on Radio Biafra that Nigeria is kicking against. They recruited people to kick against it. I would only mention two. I'll get Biafra without a constitution. These two, Nigeria is against it. It is a shame that Nnamdi Kanu said it, and it is happening. That's why you see violence. Do not click to violence. Do not go into violence so that we can be able to see our enemies when they are coming. If there is trouble, you cannot see the enemies. They will mix among us and they will deal with us. Thank you, Mazi. I remain the fearless IPB evangelist. Mazi, Madam
Thank you. Thank you very much. Anytime we need you, we always bring you to this very BTV. And God bless you. I want to thank all the leadership who put this effort together to make this happen. I thank them all. I thank Mazi, the head of Directorate of State, Mazi Chike Doziem. I thank Mazi Chinasamoru. I thank the head of media. I thank everybody who is working assiduously to make sure that Biafra will be restored. I thank you all. From here, I want to announce that we IPOB family here in Brazil, on the 8th of this very month, we will be having our ending of the year Thanksgiving. Ending of the year Thanksgiving and the fundraising for Eastern Security Network and the Diplomatic Ties Movement. So please be endeavor to appear and be with us in that particular occasion. So anyone who is here, any Biafran in Brazil, you are free to come over there and contribute your quota. We are not yet to celebrate anything. This is not the time to drink or dance. This is the time to exercise your responsibility. No matter how big it is, no matter how little it is, bring it to the table so that we will continue this great job. God bless you all for joining us today. I say from me, from here, I say the program has come to an end. I thank you once again, Fearless Evangelist. God bless you. Stay safe and be watchful as well. God bless you.
Bem-vindo à sua caixa postal. Para recarregar, digite estrela